Good evening, my family. So today is another pantry challenge night, and we hit the refrigerator and we hit the freezer. And what I'm doing is another simple meal. I'm taking some leftover onions that we have that I got to use. That cabbage the other night that I used, I'm going to be chopping this up, and I'll be using it with some side of leftovers from the smoked brats that we had. So with that, I'm going to probably make us a side salad, maybe a little bit of cottage cheese, and that's going to be dinner. Before I start though, I want to show you something that I started today, and I'll explain why I started them. And I will take you over there to see it. Okay, so you'll probably hear the TV because hubby's home from work, so I will try not to leave you over in this section long. But I started me some seeds, and it's just this little patch right there from what you see. What this is called lemongrass, and lemongrass takes anywhere by seed 5 to 21 days. So I went ahead and started them now because before even maturity, it's going to take 3 to 4 months to even mature before I can even start picking the leaves or cutting the leaves. And it's one of those cut and come again grasses. Lemongrass has amazing benefits, a refreshing lemony flavor, and this is great for tea. It can help lower blood pressure, good for digestion. It's good for so many things, inflammation. I had grown this last year, and we actually bought the stems from an Asian store already rooted. But I'm going to try it this year by seed because I ended up, these from my area, they are not perennials. They're only annuals. Oh, Lord, this cat. They're only annuals, so I have to restart mine. The stock that I had last year died off. I tried to keep it warm in the house, and it just wasn't enough. So I'm going to try them instead of getting new starts. I'm going to try it by seed. I've always wanted to, but I've never done it. So I'll explain a little more. I'll take you back to the kitchen. Okay, lemongrass, as I can finish with this now. Lemongrass is better grown in areas, zones in 9 to 10. They are actually a perennial in those areas, but for me, it's just an annual. I actually loved it so much. Like I said, I've never started these from a seed. I've had the packs, but yeah, it was time. So I want to see if I can grow these. I have them on a heat mat. I have it under a grow light, and I've got to keep that temp between 65 and 70 degrees. So that's what the heat mat's for. And we got some cool, well, I guess you'd call it freeze weather in the upper 20s coming the next couple days. So I want to keep them warm. I'll let you know the progress of them, but that is only seed I'm doing right now, and that's because of the long germination time. So that is going to be a little project I'll keep up with you, see how we do. But again, lemon tea, lemongrass tea, and they're actually really good for our pollinators. They absolutely love lemongrass, and I can make an extract for James to be able to use them as extractors for his honeybees. Attractors, yeah. So he knew what I was talking about. I think you did, but he corrected it. So anyways, let me get this prepared for supper, and this is what we'll make tonight together in the kitchen. Okay, y'all, so I'm going to start with teaching you or showing you a recipe from the Outback Steakhouse copycat recipe for ranch dressing. We are having a salad tonight, and we are out of ranch dressing, so I'm going to go ahead and make some more. I don't buy any from the bottle. We like the flavor of just doing it ourselves. So the recipe says that we need 1 package of Hidden Valley Ranch dressing mix. I have an inexpensive, I guess, mixture that I get from Aldi's, Markham's Ranch. So there is basically about 2.5-3 tablespoons in each pack. So I'm gonna go 2.5 of this mix. So there's my package. I need a 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. And then I need a half a cup of sour cream. Alright, and then I need a half a cup of buttermilk. I can pretty much eyeball the others, but when it comes to liquids, I like to be precise, so. There's my buttermilk. I need a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. I'm using cracked black pepper. A 1/4 teaspoon of paprika. And 1/8 of a teaspoon of garlic powder. And I'll be using my home dehydrated and grown. And that's it. Now I'm going to mix this up really well. Get all these ingredients off my spoon. And then we'll take a whisk and just whisk this up. This stuff tastes so good too, y'all. I don't know, I just can't. To me, the store-bought has just got that pungent vinegar flavor. And this is just smooth buttermilk flavor, the kind I grew up when I was younger, when ranch actually tasted good. I got that mixed up very well. I'll take a quart jar like this, and then I'll just add my dressing to it. We'll set it in the fridge and wait till we, let's see, there you go. And I'll just pour it in this jar. And when I'm ready to use it, I'll pull it out of the fridge. And while I'm preparing the rest of our meal, I'll have this marinating pretty much in that fridge. Sometimes, I mean, yeah, cooking from scratch takes some time, but the flavor is just uncomparable. So, and that's it. This makes approximately a pint. So, but I like using this jar. I take one of my old lids, put it on here, and then we'll stick it in the fridge. I'll get this put away and then I'll start our main course. Okay, this is one of what I call one of those one-pot meals. I actually like that, less dishes. So I'm going to start with using my homemade ghee. Put about a tablespoon in here of that. Mine gets stored in the fridge, so it gets kind of solid. I like it that way. And then let this come down. Melt some of this off. Oh, and please know, one thing I didn't mention about that lemongrass, make sure it doesn't counteract against any medications you may be taking. It definitely doesn't go well with, for those who have, or who maybe, if anybody's having any chemotherapy or anything, or for nursing mothers, it is advised not to drink lemongrass tea. But it's also a detoxifier. It helps clean your kidneys and liver, and I really enjoyed it last summer when I made ours, so I definitely wanted to make some more of it this year. I took some of it. It's also great for cooking with in Asian dishes. The stalks, if done at the right time, you'll pull the lemongrass stalks out, take the root off, and you want to basically use the white side or white part of it, chop it and slice it up. It makes really good lemon flavor in sauces and in some of your Asian dishes. So I definitely have some in my freezer right now, and I dried the leaves making bundles. Let me show you what they look like actually. Alright, let me find it. I put it up somewhere. Be right back. Okay, I know you've seen some where they've done them up in little wreaths like this. One of these in about a cup or two of water. So amazing. You talk about a refreshing lemon flavor. It kind of makes you feel like you're in summer if you're drinking it in the winter. So, and I'm actually getting ready to make me a cup of this. We've got 2 cold nights, so I'll probably be making me some. It's also a mood booster too, so, and I definitely need that. Just out there, and it was beautiful sunny just the other day, and now we're going down to cold temps. It kind of messes with your brain a little bit. Alright, so this is melted down, and I'm going to take sliced, now some people, you pretty much know this recipe basically, when you've got sauteed carrots, cabbage, and Polish sausage, but I'm using smoked brats in ours. It's what we have in our freezer. It's what we had left over, and I probably won't be doing a pantry challenge video tomorrow because at least once a week I like to have leftover night, and this way it prevents waste. We still get to keep, you know, we don't mind leftovers, so that's probably what we'll have tomorrow night. And then it starts a whole, starting Saturday, we start all over again. So we just get pretty much a variety of different meals. It stops me from going out to eat when I really don't feel like cooking. Just reheat, eat, and that's it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and get these cooked down for a bit, and then I will come back. Okay, so these were already pre-cooked, so I didn't have to do this too long. Now they're about halfway done, and I'm going to go ahead and add, I'm adding sliced onions to this. I'll blend this in together. Ah, there's one that's a whole piece. Oh. Pick that up. And I said these were the cut onions I had in my refrigerator, and I wanted to get these used up. I'm liking to be able to see the spaces that we're getting now, so I know that so many new, fresh and new things can start coming in here on the homestead again. I've got some ideas. This year I'd actually like to go fishing more to put fresh fish in my freezer for next, or this coming up next winter. There's just nothing like fresh fish. Cheaper to get a license to go fishing than it is to buy it at the store. And now, a little at a time, I'm going to add this cabbage. Now, some of this cabbage was already pre-cooked when I did my cabbage rolls, but towards the center of it, it was still kind of not so cooked. So I used about half of that head in this, and I'm just going to gradually bring it down in here, cook it down a little, and then add some more. Breaking up the big chunks that I have, because I pretty much just sliced ours. This just seemed like a really good meal tonight, using that smoked flavored brats too. It's like that smoked sausage flavor with cherry wood. Now I'll mix this up in here, cook this down a little bit, and I'll add the rest of this. It smells so good. I'm going to go ahead and add some cracked pepper with it too. Comfort meals on cool nights. You can't beat it. So easy to do. And today, a lot of people just like those quick, simple meals. Now, you will probably get some meals from me, like one night I'm going to be making some roasted Cornish hens. So those recipes will probably take a little longer to do, but they'll be worth it. So I'm kind of like nice, beautiful meals, not so simple, and then meals like this that are really simple. You just never know what's going to come from this homestead, y'all. I'd be doing that with the Cornish hens tomorrow, but I do want to get these leftovers eaten first. So, and we've got a good variety. Again, it's kind of like takeout, but it's our own food. I'm just going to add the rest of this in here, mix this together, cook it down, and I will bring you back for the plating. And there we have it, a nice hot piping dish with sauteed cabbage, onions, smoked brats, and a beautiful side salad with purple onions, cucumbers, cheddar cheese, salad mix. And then we are going to use our ranch homemade dressing that I had given to you, and I will put that recipe in the description box below. Hope you enjoyed being in the kitchen with me this evening. I'm fixing to go snuggle on the couch with a nice warm heater. And until next time, much love to y'all from Parton's Heritage Homestead.